Hello, YouTube. This is Silo here, episode 2 of our All the Mods 10 Let's Play. As you can see behind me, I did polish up our base. I didn't do anything like mod related. All I did was kind of clear out some of the logs that were with the original base and replace the logs with logs that were more in line with the trees in the area that we settled. I took those fence posts, brought them out. I widened the log pile a bit, and I just tried to make an initial starting base that kind of just made it look like from the side, like it's just a bunch of logs kind of laid on top of each other. As you can see, I used the buttons to kind of have detail. There's some Japanese glass, which you can use a chisel and just put your item in to customize the way the things look. I took that waystone that we found in episode 1, I placed it here. I cleared a little path to the base. I put pressure plates down so when we walk in, we auto-close our door. I put our kind of damaged anvil right here for now. Eventually we will use it to take enchants and take them on or off items. Like that fishing rod I believe we found in episode 1 with mending on it. So what we'll really want to try to do is find some obsidian and use a book. And I'll show you how to take that mending off the fishing rod, and we'll be able to put it on an iron paxel or something that we're using. This iron paxel probably because it does get damaged quite frequently and easily. So when you walk in, you still have the little enclaved bed that we set up. This barrel is the barrel I believe that came when we broke the chest that was with this. I just put my building supplies in here for now. And then, I kind of expanded the base out, so it actually looks quite spacious for a starting area. And we can build some stairs down and make some rooms and kind of really build off this for now until we decide to move. But I think it's a really great little starting spot. It looks nice. We can also have some stuff out here. Like I said, when we first found the area, it really kind of looked like a nice little spot to set up. I don't necessarily think we'll build up top here because it kind of would ruin the vibe of the logs unless we made I guess we could make a wooden second floor eventually and really make it kind of fit into the space. But once we find some more dirt, we'll probably fill this out. We could even make a little pond for some water supply around here. I guess we have water supply. I say that when we have this nice beautiful lake, but you can see where I dug some sand to do the windows. So the way I thought I would start every episode is with this clipboard, which you can create quite easily. I just did it before filming. It's a create. There's actually a couple clipboards, but I picked the create clipboard, and you can see which mod it's from by the blue text in the bottom. And to do that, I just created an andesite alloy, some paper with some of the sugarcane we found in episode 1, and any piece of oak plank or wood plank. The only thing I wasn't sure about was this andesite alloy, but the way I built it was very easy. I just took one of our iron bars and made it into nuggets, and then some of the andesite, which we actually had a couple of them from episode 1. So I was easily able to make one alloy to make the clipboard. What the clipboard does is when you click it, you can kind of create some pages on a to-do list, and you can check things off as you go, which is awesome. And you can list things out. So I thought what I would do is kind of list out my ideas. Obviously, episode 1, we did the pirate ship, we did that dungeon in the sky, and we found this location right here, which is kind of where we're at now. Episode 2, I really want to start looking at Chapter 1 quests, which are in here where I showed you. Chapter 1, just the beginning. Some very easy quests here that I think we should start tackling. I think we should be able to get quite a few of these done in one episode. Probably maybe up to diamond if we can find some diamond today. Which is why I kind of have mining question mark. And then I have a to-do list. Storage is going to be very big, especially early on in this mod pack. Because what you'll find is, see all these exclamation points in my quest book? These are quests that I've completed that are wanting me to turn in. So for example, this functional storage, this isn't so bad because it's just going to give me XP. So I'll do that. Same with this one. But this one here will give me a reward. And I don't necessarily want a reward right now, mainly because I don't have the inventory for it. So what I thought was maybe we will look a little bit at storage solutions. So we have some upgrades here we can do and some sophisticated storage chests. I think what we'll do is do a couple of these first, so we have some storage options before we dig into the mods elsewhere. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll actually turn in the quests in this page because some of the rewards will actually help us get to what we want to do, which is having some storage options. So for example, this gave us an upgrade base. This gave us a trash can, which I don't necessarily think we need. This is going to give us a boat with a chest, which is also something we're not really going to need. So we're going to turn in some of these. And as you'll see, let's go in and go sleep first. Okay. And as you'll see, your inventory is going to slowly start filling up. And with some things you're not going to want. I do not want this oak boat with a chest. I do not want... I mean, this garbage can, there's really no point of having a garbage can. Well, that's not true. With automation, you might want a garbage can to dump some of the things you don't want in it. So, I mean, we can keep the garbage can, just put it there for now, just because it's kind of funny. But it's not something we need right at this moment. Some of the levels we got will be helpful because we do need to increase our Paxel's health. Ooh, 16. It's because it has frostbite on it. It's going to take a lot of levels to level that up. Let's just do this for now. That Paxel, that frostbite 3 is very powerful, and it's actually really hurting us in terms of being able to keep the Paxel alive. So mending will be important for it very quickly. Let's look at the storage solutions. So you have two different routes when I see this. Obviously, you have the backpack, which I don't think it's a nice on-the-go storage solution, but it's not a base storage solution. But early game, you really have drawers or chests. Now, drawers, as you can see here in this picture, which is kind of like a nice little example, they allow you to have specific slots for specific items. So if we had a lot of iron or a lot of dirt, cobblestone, and you can also have liquid drawers on the side, which are more so what I would probably use this mod for. You can use this drawer system. With a controller, you can actually access all of them and make it very easy to navigate. But what we're going to do is go over to these chests. And what this allows us to do is take a standard chest, upgrade it, and add upgrades on top with the upgrade base, or by just doing a copper chest, which is just a barrel with some stuff around it, a iron chest, which is just again a barrel with some iron around it, or a copper barrel with a couple less iron around it. And I think that's what we're going to do. We'll just probably set up a few of them. And I'm trying to think how we're going to set this up in this base to maximize the amount of space. And one of the ways we're going to be able to maximize the amount of space we have is probably through going down somehow, like going down underground, and then maybe having it pop up. Because what I normally do early game, I think it's called integrated. Yes. So I usually use a storage terminal early game, and what you can do is use a item. I believe it's an item attaches an item inventory to the network. So one of these item interfaces might be this one. Attaches an item inventory to the network with a storage terminal. And then you use, I believe, the cabling, which I think is just... I'm trying to find their standard cable right here, logic cable. So you'd use I could use an item interface into a logic cable into a storage terminal. And you'd hook that onto your storage controller. Because what the storage controller allows you to do is you set your storage controller like in the middle of all of your inventory. And with this little storage tool, you can actually link everything together. Or you can link from a distance with a storage link. And you can have all of your chests accessible in just one little storage terminal. So what we could do is we could have a basement with all of our chests, have the storage terminal coming up through the floor, so we just have a little computer screen right here, and we'll be able to access all of our inventory through a computer screen. That's ideal scenario. We're not going to get there today, but that would be kind of what I'm thinking. So what we can do first is put a bunch of chests maybe just here, and you can use an item called a cardboard box, for example, which is pretty easy to create. It's not that one that we would use. It's probably this one. It's just 4 sawdust, which we can get through a saw. Trying to find one that I can show you. Not those sawdusts. There's like 3 different versions. Either way, it's very easy to get. We can just use a sawmill. Not one of these sawmills. We can actually use a much easier sawmill. There it is. Maybe like this sawmill. And we can get it pretty easily. What a cardboard box allows you to do is you can pick up a storage chest without breaking all the stuff out of it. Because if I go and break this right now, all of the stuff comes out. We do not want that, especially when we have bigger chests with way more inventory than this. So let me just put all this back. I just wanted to show you guys as an example. And I had to sort all the building supply stuff that we had in there. These ones too. So a cardboard box would allow us to put the cardboard box and surrounds the chest, and then we can just shift and pick it up, and then we can place it anywhere we want. So we'll have our chests here. Eventually we'll build downstairs, like maybe a trap door to go down to the storage, maybe like here or something, or maybe where this barrel is. And then we'll have our screen come up right here, and then we'll have all this space to kind of play with some of the mechanism and other robotic power and everything. And then eventually we'll probably expand, and we could probably expand this way and build our base maybe out this way a bit more, or somewhere else. We could just move, or we can, there's a lot of land around here. We could probably build some factories and stuff. So that's what I'm envisioning. I just wanted to kind of let you guys know what the vision was, the method of the madness. So let's start. So the first thing you need to do is, I don't think we have any redstone. We do have redstone. Perfect. So all you need is redstone to get into this mod, because all you do is you can open your crafting table on a stick, fill it as a square, put your redstone torch in the middle, and that creates a sophisticated storage. Without the redstone, it's just a normal Minecraft chest. So sophisticated storage, and then you can take this, surround it with your copper, and you get an oak copper chest. And I'm going to use copper first, even though we do have some iron, because we have way more copper, I believe. Yeah, we have so much copper than we do iron. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to do another one. So we need a sticks. We'll get our torches. Make our chest. There's our chest. There's our oak chest. And there is our oak copper chest. Put it right here for now. And you can create doubles. So see, this has way more inventory than a standard double chest, which is great, and that's what we're going to want. And we can upgrade that very easily, either by taking the chests apart, or if you don't want to touch a chest that you've already created, you can do, if I type in @sophisticated, there is a copper to iron tier upgrade, which is just 4 iron and a redstone. I don't believe I have the iron right now. We have 16 iron dust to smelt. But we might want that iron to get our iron farm started. And if you remember in the first episode, I talked about easy villagers and the iron farm. That's the best use of our iron that we can have. And that's why I created these 2 buckets before the episode started, so I could maybe show you how we can do that. So we're going to do something here. I'm going to stand here and type /set home. And what set home does is it allows me to just type /home from anywhere, and it'll automatically pop me right back there. So if we go exploring and looking for lava, which I do see some lava right here, which is huge, by the way. There's actually some there too. So we might actually go to that one. it allows us to get home really quickly. Now, we had this chest, and I'm wondering, how do I make is it just this? Put our clipboard right there for now. So our clipboard can go there, and when we're ready to check some stuff off the list, or when we get to episode 3 and I start the next episode, you'll know where I got my clipboard. Else it's going to be stuck right there. The only thing I'm really concerned about is my Iron Paxil, and because of how much levels it's going to take to get it back to health. One thing we could do is look through the quests, like I already did, and find some that will give me XP, like this one. These are just telling me about how the game works, how you can load your chunks. There's the set home / spawn and RTP, which I will show you guys later. I'm sure we'll use it at some point. So I'm just going through and grabbing some XP. Looks like we killed some monsters. It wants to give me bones. Here's a chest. Oh no, it's not just a chest. It could be anything. So we're not going to take that yet. We're just taking the quest rewards that give XP, not the item rewards. Don't want that. I mean, sure, I'll take sticks. I'll take some of these because they're easy enough, or if I need them. Efficiency 3. I mean, I'm not going to use that right away. I don't necessarily need stones. None of these seem to give any experience. I will take resources. Thank you very much. I'll take more glass. I'll take more glass. I don't need a chisel. I have a chisel. I don't need all of those. This is pretty big. We will take those. So see, I'm running out of inventory space. So let's take this, put that there. Let's put our valuables in here. And this is part of the mod pack that gets a little intimidating for newer players quite quickly. I'm gonna put these trees in here, even though they're not really building supplies. It's already dark again. I find the days are so quick in all the mods 10. Okay. So we only have 13 levels, and from what I recall, this pick is going to take 19 levels to get to full. We need to find 6 more levels just to get this thing to full by going through some of these quests. Let's just see if there's any other low-hanging fruits. There's some XP, some more villagers, another random loot. We're level 13. None of that stuff is going to help us. Oh my gosh, here's the star. So we already have accumulated some, and these ones actually give quite good XP, so that's good. That should be all we need. So let's get this thing. Now, it really makes me want, I don't really care about efficiency, but it really makes me want to get mending right away. In order to do that, though, we gotta get obsidian, and we can't get obsidian without a way to mine obsidian, and iron is just not the way, and I don't think gold can do it either. And one way you can check if you're a new player, I believe, under tools, you can come here and actually look at the tiers. So gold is tier 2, iron's tier 3, diamond's tier 4. So it looks like we actually have diamond somewhere, don't we? I don't see it. Where did I put it? I have 1 diamond. That's sadly not enough to get what we need. So we need 2 more diamonds to get obsidian. Unless we can find it somewhere. I think we should take our 2 buckets and just run north here and find that lava and get an iron farm. Oh, someone just shot at me. It's a necromancer. Pretty dangerous for me early game. Oh my god, very dangerous. It's hurting. Ouch. Oh, I'm lagging. Oh. Okay, so I just got I just had the the game crash on me while fighting that necromancer. I killed them, as you'll see before we cut to here, and then that other skeleton was shooting at me, and then the game crashed. So something tells me I might be dead by the time when we log in. We will find out what happens here. 1 second. Okay, so it does look like we died, which is a shame because that means we lose some of our experience points. So we can respawn back at our base. You can type /back. Obviously, we're right there. I'm just going to walk up to our body and get our stuff. Because I have Tombstone. I think this is the Tombstone mod. Yeah, Corel Tombstone, which you can get all your stuff back very easily. I'm wondering, that Necromancer drops some grave dust and Tombstone Soulbound, which ironically allows us to preserve items on death. So the lava that we saw is up here, and here's another little bugger. Ooh, must have a blindness item. So the mobs in this game can drop rare items. That guy had one, and I guarantee you, when attacked, inflict blindness. So when I hit him, it got really dark. And that is why. And all of our copper gear that we started with is all breaking, and I didn't have enough experience levels to save it. I figured we would find items just like this one as we played, so I wasn't going to replace it with more copper gear anyway. This looks like something that burned down. Maybe from the lava. Some buttons. It's like a monument. There might be a chest inside. Sometimes there's reasons to be curious in these mod packs. I see glowstone dust, which is a good thing to have. And so I'm just digging around because I'm wondering if there'll be any goodies. Blocks of redstone are obviously a great thing to find, so we'll take that. And looks like we do complete a couple quests. There's a redstone lamp. Doesn't really provide us anything. Doesn't look like there's a chest there. Unless a viewer would say, hey, go back, there usually is a chest. I don't see one. Oh, jeepers. Hello. Oh my god, there's a lot of them. I'm using the Paxil because we have Frostbite, and it does a lot more damage. But I do wish I had Mending on it. So those are fun little guys. Still don't see anything in here that I might want. So we'll leave that. Let's get our lava. Let's not forget while we're here. Wait. No! I didn't have enough room for it because I have all this junk. Whoa! So I just wasted a bucket. Oh my god, I heard crackling and I thought maybe it was a creeper behind me. Let's delete some of this junk then. Whoops. Okay, well, there's our lava bucket. I see we have another one of those deep stone mineral deposits here. So let's take advantage of that and get us some easy resources without having to go underground. There's some iron, some coal. Sadly, it's not one of the ones that have diamonds in it. That would be very big for us right now, especially because we need to get some obsidian. And it wouldn't be hard for us to get obsidian because we have some lava here. We have the water by our base. Just look down here, see if there's anything interesting down here. Don't see anything. I do see a roof over here. Is there a little building here? Looks like there is. Interesting. A little chest, a cauldron, some hay, and a bunch of little like animals. It's like a little farm area. Kind of nice and handy to our base. It's like a little barn off of our property line. We also have this little signpost. There's another waiting for him to shoot. Go home. There's another little sign. It says something 600 blocks is that way. We have a little well on our property too. Very cool, just to stumble upon all this stuff when we... You saw how we got here. We just randomly ran and went on the water and found this spot here. So we have one lava bucket, which is foolish of me to waste one of them that way, but I did. We have a bunch of junk, so let's get rid of... Let's just do this. Let's just go like this, even though a lot of this stuff... I have iron and iron. Why aren't those stacking? A lot of this stuff is junk we're not going to keep. Like, we could probably do ourselves a service. Are we really ever going to use arrows? Or this bad little gem? We can just throw those out. I don't really know what grave dust... It says combine in inventory. We'll leave the grave dust for now. We're not really going to need these cherries. Silverfish charm fragment. I guess I'll keep it. I don't really know what it's for. And Zelkova. Those are the trees that are in the area. I don't really need to plant any more of those right now. I don't know if any of these enchants are good, but we'll probably keep them and maybe put them in a bookshelf later on. So we need some panes. And if you go to your easy villager and you go to iron farm, we need a stone. So we need a little bit of cobblestone, which... How do I not have cobblestone? I have no cobblestone. Let's clean up some of this too. Let's put some of our stuff, like our valuables that we know we want, in. We definitely want that. This, the bones, nickel dust. I want the dripstone, lapis lazuli, some more grave dust. Protection and looting are good. We'll take the string, the spider eye. We definitely want our villagers. Let's put some of this stuff away. We'll just put all of it in for now. And more villagers. And the hearts. The hearts are good because you can eventually build something to put those in. There's our copper ore hammer, which is how we duplicate. So now we have 8. Let's put a coral in there. A little bit more iron. Let's just break the rest of this hammer off of this. 8 more. And we're going to turn some of this into a new hammer so we can have more. And we need one more block of iron and some sticks, and we'll be able to make another hammer, which we can then duplicate some more stuff with. So I needed some stone. So it looks like it's getting dark. Can I sleep, or should we just mine? Let's make a little mining hole in our base, so we don't have to be venturing out too far. And to do that, we're just going to do something like... Oh, that's not wood. For some reason, I thought that was wood. Okay. Our little mining hole will go right... Well, this is eventually where... This eventually is where our inventory is going to go. But for now... Now, kids, don't dig down if you can help it. I'm being very foolish. We're not going to go down too far, and I don't want to make it too dark for everybody. And I've already made the mistake of leaving my torches at the base. So let's go up and get those. And now you can have a little hidden. I put those torches where? I had a bunch of them. They're there, 48 torches. Don't need another trapdoor. Don't need this. The dirt will save. There's some of the cobblestone. So we really just need cobblestone when we go down here. I'm going to try to keep the place lit up for everybody. There is some tin. Don't really need it right now. Just going to leave it. Now, the funny thing about this mod is you're like poor on materials, and then all of a sudden, once you get to the mining dimension, it's like all bets are off and you've got so much more to work with. So we only have 26 ladders, so what I want to do is just ensure we have a way back. Oh gosh, we're just 4 left. That's fine. Let's get back down here to this little spot. And now we know the Paxel takes so much to heal up. I'm gonna save the Paxel, and you can hold Shift and tilde and scroll wheel, and you can select different fast clearing things. I'm gonna do small tunnel, and just like that, our pick is destroyed. So I was gonna try to save the Paxel the best I can. Although, but look how far it dug, though. It got destroyed, but it went a ways. Doing that does chew up a lot of your food. Luckily, we have infinite ham. And we were just coming down here for some cobblestone, which we just got a lot of, so we can go back up for now. But we're going to have to do a lot more mining. Mining is probably a lot more easier in this mod pack through caves, if you can find caves. So we'll probably do some more running around, but instead of going down here, until we have a better pick that can just fully clear spaces out. Okay, so we need some stone. We also need some iron, which we have another of this. And then we can make a better hammer. And we can duplicate all that iron. So now we have 52 iron dust there. We're going to make a couple more of those with our blocks of coal that we got in the ship. And now one fun thing we can do is with our furnace, we can make a better furnace by surrounding a furnace in iron. Gives us an iron furnace. We actually have enough gold surrounding an iron furnace. Gold? No, am I wrong? I think you need a gold block or two. Is it like this? Golden furnace. And we don't have much diamonds, so we're not going to do that. But we do have a golden furnace, which will be quicker for our iron dust. So it will just, the arrow will go quicker with a golden furnace. And it has augments. Now you can put speed, and what an augment is, there's speed augments. I think it takes these ones from iron furnaces. So you can make it so it only is used for blasting, smoking. You can make it a factory so it actually uses power instead of heat. We just don't have any power yet. And what the factory will do is it'll have more slots. So it's usually really good to do once you have some sort of power. Generator, so heat from the furnace will generate power. So you could have one generating power for the other one, which is a factory. And speed and efficiency. So either fuel will heat up twice as much, or halves the cooking time for all recipes. Now that one sounds really nice, and it's just stone, redstone, paper, and sugar, which we don't have. We technically could make it, I think. Sugar. Redstone. I think that might be all we need, and paper, which I have 2 pages left. Let's see if we can make a speed upgrade and shove it in there, and now it should go twice as fast. Now we have much faster generation for now. So what we want to do is take our lava bucket, take our glass panes, take the stone, and we'll take a villager or a few, and we are going to make our easy village. We're going to make our iron farm. Another thing we can do is with the pointed dripstone we found, if you type, I believe it's drip, there's a dripping upgrade. We really want this, and I should go get that cauldron. Didn't I find a cauldron over here? I believe there was a cauldron in that little barn. Let's go double check. Aha. We'll take the cauldron. What else do we need? The dripping stone, the cauldron, a lava bucket, and some stone. Let's take our bucket, which doesn't get used on creation. It's just the lava that gets used. And with this, we should be able to create a dripping upgrade. And the dripping upgrade can be put in a fluid drawer, which we just need some planks. We can probably get those very easily by just clearing this. Oh, did I not have shapeless selected? I was using the wrong tilde. Holy god, I got a lot of wood there. I didn't think there was that much wood there. Do I need all this wood? Oh my goodness. And all this other stuff. There's a lot of... How big? I guess these trees are way bigger than I thought. So we can create our fluid drawer. Where did it go? Fluid drawer one by one. Boom. We do lose our bucket. But what this would give us when we get back to our base, I will show you the magic of mods. And we have just created ourselves infinite lava, so we won't have to keep running back and forth. So right here, we could probably put it, let's just put it here. And if you right click here and put your dripping upgrade, it will now slowly fill up with lava. And as we continue along with things and need lava, we'll be able to get it right there. Let's replenish our bucket. So next we need to count how many villagers we have. So we have one iron farm ready to go. Let's just start it. And let's do it over here for now. Iron farm, we go here and put our villager inside. I just picked up a bunch of junk by clearing all that stuff out. And you know me, I don't want to have all this junk in there, so let's clean that. That's one. We have enough to do one more, another one. Do we have any more villagers anywhere? None in there. None in here. But I believe there was a quest to give us more villagers. Where were they? Here? No, here? There's 2 more villagers. So we have enough to do 5. 5 iron farms. How's our infinite lava doing? We have 1.7 buckets. You left click to grab it. And then we'll do another easy villagers. Iron farm. There's another one. We almost have enough to do another bucket. And what I'll probably do is take some glass. Just because the bucket is going to take a while, the lava is going to take a while to fill up. We're just going to stand over here and do this little bugger. Okay. We're just going to stand over here and fill our bucket. So we'll do another one. Take our bucket. 15 attack speed, 2 max health, 10% max health. Might not be terrible early game. Another bucket. Thank you. Another iron farm. Thank you. Another bucket. Thank you. Another iron farm. Thank you. That's 4. That's enough, but I think we're going to eventually want more than 5 total. So let's just keep going while we're here. This is what you always want to do early on in this mod pack to give yourself iron, because everything seems like everything needs iron. That's how I always feel anyway. Basically taking all this lava. So I'm not too worried about it because we have unlimited of it back home. Oh, we ran out of glass panes. We can just make some more. That will be 10, and I think 10's enough. I've played before, and I used 10. I felt like at that point I had enough iron I didn't know what to do with, especially when you're just kind of AFK or just chilling, not really playing, and it's still creating them. Okay, let's place these down. We're eventually going to want down here clear, because I will be putting hoppers. I'll be putting hoppers and trying to automate clearing these out. So we'll do that for now. So we'll know that this is cleared out, because eventually I'm not going to want to have to just sit here and right-click these. Let's put who we have in here. We're going to need to go raid a village and take 5 more villagers at a minimum. And probably get a couple other villagers, because it's nice to have a librarian villager to find mending, even though we did find one mending. So you'll hear this really annoying golem spawns every so often, and to defend the villager from the zombie, and it dies in the lava, and then it outputs iron. Now, you're going to hear a lot of annoying noises, so what you do is you hit this button here, you create a anchor, and I like to set the anchor to myself, edit the anchor to be, say, within 5 blocks of myself, except we want to make it so you don't hear anything. We don't want to hear villagers, zombies, or iron golems, or metal. We don't want to hear any of this junk. So what this will do is it will mute or muffle that sound in this 5x5 block area that I anchored, so we shouldn't hear any of that annoying noise anymore as those things spawn. Now, I built that a little bit out of my base, so we're not really going to hear it anyway, but that's just a pro tip for you. If you were to build this spawner, maybe I wanted to build it underneath here, and if you're hanging out in your base doing some stuff, and all you do is hear those sound effects, you're going to go crazy. So what we'll have to do is every so often come here and just kind of smack these and just find some that have iron in it until I can get the inventory to funnel through, and then we'll probably wire it into our house eventually, but not something we're worried about right now. What we are worried about is storage. So we have the copper, sophisticated storage. We want to upgrade copper to iron. We just need some iron bars and some redstone, which we know we have a lot of this stuff. Let's do this. Let's find what other ones we already have. There's some iron here. There's some redstone here. So if I just take this and go boom, boom, like this. So I need 2 of these. You would think you only need 1, but you'll notice, because it's a double chest, you do need 2. Ooh, upgrade requires 2 copper to iron. I have 2. Do they need to be on top of each other? So they even have to be held together to even make it work. It doesn't even know how to look in inventory. So this is added a little bit more. Now there's other things we can add. Iron chests have 2 slots. One of the most popular things is the stack upgrade. And we can probably make one right now, an early game one. You need an upgrade base and then a stack upgrade. And can we make a higher stack upgrade? You need quite a bit of copper. We do have some copper, but not that much. Well, unless we could start smelting this. We probably should. Actually, we should use our hammer to duplicate it, which this might really hurt our hammer. You can watch our hammer just slowly dying. Let's just do a stack of it and smelt that. And you see our buckets, it's slowly going to start to fill, and we're going to have so much lava that we're not even going to know what to do with. Okay, so we have the stack upgrade. So what we can do is just put this in here, and it allows us to have double stacks of things. And it's not really going to impact anything we have right now in our inventory, but if we did have something that had 65, we could actually have 65 instead of 64 and 1, which is quite nice. And as you continue to upgrade, you have by 3, by 4, by 8, by 16, and then once you have the netherite one by 32, if you have that stack upgrade and you have multiple chests with that stack upgrade, you can see how your inventory can start to expand early game to have quite a bit of space. Let's clean up what we have going on here. We don't need these poppies. That's kind of the downside of the iron farmer, is those poppies are kind of always the one of the outcomes. I'm going to clean this. I'm going to put these here. Get rid of that. We'll keep the ladder. So let's look back at our clipboard and our goals, because this is very much a storage power ore in Chapter 1. So I think we can now look at Chapter 1. We have a little bit of storage. Now, this is not a storage upgrade in the least. I think having maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then maybe a couple other ones, maybe just 6 of them here, would be a better start. And just to get us on the right track, we could, in theory, how many would 6 be? It would have to be 1, 2, 3, 4. How many do we do? 1, 2, 3, 4. It's be 5 of them, like this. No, we need more than that, don't we? No, that should be right. Why am I not thinking clearly? 2 on top of that, and then that's right. I'm using oak, and I do like using the same wood. Question is, how hard is it going to be for us to find an oak tree nearby that can give us that much wood? Are these oak trees here? Going on a little oak tree hunt. Sadly, it's not enough. And also, the nice thing is we can just slash home when we get back. Once we get what we need. These don't look like oak trees. They look like oak trees from far away, but they're maple trees. Spruce and maple. Now, you're noticing I don't have to eat because of these rooted boots. And the more they keep going, the more we can keep leveling them up. So every 5.7 seconds, we can eat just from grass. And then this running shoes here, just the more we use it, the more we can keep leveling it up. Our running speed is just going to keep increasing. Just by playing the game, those relics are going to keep leveling up as we play. There's oak. That's weird. I'm holding the tilde key and the tree is not pooping. I really don't like the winter biomes. I don't even know if there's anything ever we need in them. I'm sure there is, but we could just run through it really quickly. Look at the little balloon in the distance. Very cool. The worlds generate so neat in this mod pack. I'm just running around to see if we can find like an interesting structure while we're out here. Just to make us feel like we kind of did something while we were out and about. Look at this. These are enemies. I don't know if we're going to want to fight. We're kind of naked. Yeah. We learned our lesson the last time fighting these guys. I don't need to die again and embarrass myself in an episode. I already died once this episode because of the game crashing. So when you're running around, obviously finding structures, finding these geode things, these are really good, especially if you get lucky and find a diamond one. Sadly, this is not a diamond one, and neither is that one. But it does save you some time if you don't want to go underground to find, a quick little bit of iron, quick little bit of copper is nice. I'm just going to grab a little bit. I'll do the same on this one too. Mainly the iron, even though we have iron farm back at home. But our Paxel is valuable to us, and we know how much it costs to level it up, so I don't really want to sit there and use too much. Right here is important to put on our map. I can't get in here without I can get in there with this Paxel. Oh, it would take a long time, though. Essentially, inside this cube is the start of applied energistics 2. So what we can do is actually create a waystone at a waypoint, applied energistic 2 start. So if I did applied energistics on the side here, one of the first things it would tell me is, hey, try to find this little trying to see. One of the first quests is to find this spot, which we just stumbled upon. So I'm just going to mark it. So if we do, and when we do get into applied energistics, we can just come here. Well, we don't have to struggle too hard to find it. Let's go /home. Let's see the amount of logs that I've created, or I've gotten so far. Oh, oak nest. Didn't even realize I took an oak nest. Whoops. So I don't have enough to do all the ones I need, but I do have a good starting point. How much iron do we have? Probably not enough to... We have enough to do 5, which is decent. Can you see this? Ooh. Is that because I was crouching? Yeah, maybe. Okay. It's a start. I don't know what this oak nest. Do I have any room in here still? No. Let's put... We're going to have to try to figure out how we're going to organize ourselves here. Obviously, this is kind of our valuables. So some of this stuff isn't really what I would consider valuable and can probably come out and be put in something else. So let's take some of this junk out. Let's put our gems in this little guy. Gems. Put some of our valuables in here. Redstone I would consider valuable. Let's then put some miscellaneous. We're gonna have there's gonna be a lot of me searching around until we get that controller in place where we can just see everything. How is our copper doing? Great. One thing that's nice is we could, in theory, can't we just go boop, put that in the bottom instead, and then grab some of our nickel dust and chuck it in there, and we can just do this. We'll never really have to use coal if we don't want, because we're always going to have all those buckets there. One thing we're going to want to do is claim our chunks. And the main reason why I want to claim your chunks is because you can hold shift and make it so they always are loading. So even if we leave here, this area will still be running in the background. Our computer will be kind of running this chunk. And the reason why I want to do that is as you automate things, such as, these 5 spawners here, they will always be running. So they will be constantly gathering us some of those resources, these silly poppies, which will be great because then we have, more and more iron every time we come back. Okay, let's put some building supplies in this one. Do I have any building supplies I chucked in here? Let's take all of this. And let's put some of it in here. Okay, like this. Then our miscellaneous can take these trees. Ars Nouveau is pretty fun. There is a way to do inventory with Ars Nouveau, and if those who don't know what Ars Nouveau is, it's very much like a magic-y mod pack where you can make your own magical spells. And you can see kind of the theme of it here. These are all spells, these glyphs here. But you can create a storage lectern right here. And you can use little magical books. And with your lectern, you put it here. And you train these magical books to go into multiple inventories. And you can just use the lectern to see your inventory, which is also a really good, viable, I would say early game storage option. So this chest, I'm just gonna bye-bye. Chucked it in the garbage. Okay, there's our nickel blop. Let's look at chapter 1, because that was the other thing I said I wanted to do. And let's start completing some of these quests. So this wants us to make a crafting table, which obviously we've already done. We have one on a stick already, but just for the quest, because I didn't do it before, there's our crafting table. Boom. We have our crafting table on a stick. It has realized that. It realized we already did a pick. Realizes we already did an iron furnace. Realizes we know what coal is. It realizes we already have the upgrade. We haven't done a generator yet. It realizes we have done... Ooh! We got a golden furnace as a random reward. That is huge. Very good RNG. We have some more quests to complete. This is big. This iron furnace is very big. It's a golden furnace. I have 2. I love that. We can actually probably get rid of our old one. Put this bad boy there. Look at that. Now we look rich. Let's look at the quests. Iron pick. We've already done that. Diamond. We've already found that. Looks like I got silicone. Kind of sucks. I could have gotten probably a lot better than just some silicone here, but that's fine. Redstone. We've done that. Okay. Now, gearing up, it wants us to make a diamond tool or armor piece of any kind, which I haven't done yet. Obviously, we'll use a pick first because we'd love to have the obsidian. And then we're basically in a netherite. So this part here is going to take us a little bit of time. And we'll probably have to take a pause here, gear up before doing any of this. But there are some power cables you can do. I usually use pipes, so we'll probably use some pipes here. Now that you have all of this lava, what will we do with it? More early game power. So it wants us to do one of these. I like the magmatic generators, but in this mod, you actually need an obsidian generator, which you won't really get one until you do a diamond generator. You have a gold generator, iron generator, copper generator, furnace. So that's a little bit later game. They do have a magmatter starter and basic. This is just iron. The magmatic starter, some dielectric paste, which looks like it's coal, clay, and lava. So you could do it through pipes. I'm just going to do the generators that I know, which are usually just these standard generators. So we just need some redstone and some copper. We have a lot of copper. We have some redstone, and we already have the furnace. So we should be able to actually just make this right now. It's a copper generator. I forgot the quest book makes you get kicked out of your crafting table. So there's that quest done. Because there's a block of coal. It just wants us to do like some other type of generator. You can do generators with potions, nether star, halitosis, which I have no idea what that is, and enchantments, which I think you use enchanting tables to generate. Again, it requires us to get all the way to the obsidian generator, which we can't do yet, so that's not something that's fairly viable for us to do. I have already done one of these augments, which is in here, so I think I can just grab this and the quest should just complete. Yep. Alright, so that quest is done. Put this back in. So we're actually cruising through this main stuff and getting through mostly all we can do. So we already determined, if I was going to do this, I'd probably do the magmatic. I guess I could do the starter. I just don't really want to get into making these things that I'm not super familiar with. I need dielectric paste, which means I really need clay and coal. That's not too hard. We just need clay. Let's do that. I actually have silicone, actually not. Let's put some of this valuable stuff away. The copper generator can go... Where do I want to put it? That would just show out on the other side, wouldn't it? Yeah. So the copper generator in the middle for now. We can let it actually get some power. You can actually use lava. And there is a way you can automate a fluid drawer filling up. You can make the fluid drawer auto fill up your bucket, which then you can make it funnel into a generator, which you can make it go back in. And there is a way you can kind of keep that loop so you can always have your power. As you can see, we're generating power here now. You can also do 8 times copper. If you have multiple copper, you can get 8 of them, and it actually makes, an 8 times better and transferring powered generator. So with that, we can take this. Let's take our bucket, fill it back up, put it back in there for now. Let's put our wood in here. Let's throw out that crafting table we had to make. We have some meat. We have some levels. Let's... how much iron do I have? Do I have no iron around? Oh, actually, I put them up here. Let's do this. Oh my god, it's even more now. Why? Okay, the frostbite isn't really worth this early game woe. Gosh. But I do like frostbite. I think what we'll have to do is retire this pick and get the enchant off it later and reuse it somewhere else later in the game. Where is our fishing rod? We'll put our fishing rod there too. Let's get some sticks. Let's make another paxel. Okay. Paxel enchant level is crazy. Can't even do an iron hammer. Okay. Just trying to learn as we go here. Like I did say, I was a noob. Okay. Let's put that there. So our generator has generated. We're gonna, before we end the episode, I know we haven't really accomplished. Well, I would say we accomplished stuff. We got some 2 furnaces, copper generator. We have our fluid drawer, which is slowly almost full, and we got 10. Well, not 10. We have 5 of these bad boys cooking up. Look at all that. Just like that, 40 iron ingots. Don't even have to leave our base. We can just stay here. We can just live here getting iron ingots. And imagine if it was wired right into our chest, which I can do quite easily with pipes. And we will do with pipes. And it is a quest that we had to do. So we could do it with the item pipe. It says iron, 2 droppers, and redstone. Which we probably have most of the ingredients to do. Am I not wrong? We just need a few of those. There's 16 of those. We need the pipe wrench, which requires any type of rod. I think sticks work too. We just need flint. Which we don't have. Oh, it's getting dark. But should be fine if we just... Is there some gravel around here? There's some clay, which we needed. Where's some gravel? Something that's always in abundance until you need it, and then you can never find it. There's our flint. Let's go home. We have enough of that. Let's get... I need sticks. I just put the sticks away. There's the wrench. Let's go to sleep. So what we can do here is dig underneath here. Go over towards our farm, which should be somewhere. Can I see where it is? Ooh, I should make sure I'm generating. I need way more than 16. There it is here. I have 16 of these let's do this. So what you want this wrench for, and I should have... Let's slow our rolls here a bit. One at a time. Okay. So you want to shift and just click that until you see a little placement, little square. What that square is doing is saying, hey, extract from here. So we're telling it to yoink from here. And we're going to need to make a lot more of these pipes. And we're going to need more of those. I don't need any more of these. Let's do this twice. And then let's run our little electrical inventory cabling all along underneath the ground. No one needs to know it's here. And it's going to come right up into there. And then let's patch up the floor so no one's the wiser. And just like that, you can kind of see right under there that we have something wired right in. And what this will do is we'll eventually have a ton of poppies as well as iron coming through. And we could add a, I believe, filter. Click on a block to set. You could probably filter out the poppies and have them thrown out. We'll just deal with them as they come and just see there's poppies here already. And there's some iron. So right now, if we just tested this out, I would say soon there'll be more poppies and more iron. Let's put some more stuff, some more valuables in there. Let's put our miscellaneous stuff in here. Some of our building supplies in here. So before we end the episode, I did say I was going to talk about the RTP code. So what that does is you can type /RTP and it will take you to a random place. So before we go to a random place, let's just see. We do have some garbage in here, but we, for the most part, have a lot. Look at all the beef and flesh from our first episode. Some broken spawners. I don't know a lot about spawners. I figured there's probably a way you can make them not broken, so I figured they could be valuable for when we have like a mob farmer. I have a copper ore hammer. They might have gave us that copper ore hammer. Ooh, did we not have 97? Look, we might already have more of these coming. So I'm going to do an RTP. Let's clear some of our deathway stones and clear that death that we had from the logout. So if I do /RTP, it's going to take us somewhere random. Looking for random location, and it's just going to poof us there once it's ready. Poof. Take out my Paxel, obviously because this mod pack is so crazy, it's going to load. So we're in a random location, and it looks like it put me in literally a frozen lake. And as you can see, it's kind of generating. I don't know why it's taking so long. I actually have a pretty powerful computer. It might just be because of the recording and some other things I have on the go. But if you scroll all the way out, there is home. And here is us. So we're at X 8,600 and home is X is 9. So very far, which is why it's probably taking a bit of time to load. But this is a great way to navigate new places without having to really travel. So here's a roof. We could go over here. I was really hoping to find a village. Sadly, we don't have one because I wanted some villagers to pillage and take because I believe we needed 5 more villagers and maybe a couple villagers that would be good to trade with. But I'm just going to run to the 2 roofs I see. This is an easy way to look for new things. And with the running boots that we have and some other stuff, it is easy to kind of run around. We do have our umbrella as well, which makes it fun to kind of run and jump with and shoot us around. Did I not see a roof over here too? Oh, that's just a tree. It's a mineral tree. Okay, let's go get the mineral tree. because the mineral tree is actually what we need in order to make that storage terminal that I told you guys about at the very beginning of this video. You need these trees in order to do that. So if you plan to do the same storage that I do with the integrated, this storage terminal requires these mineral glass and mineral chunks. Those all come from this tree. Very important tree. So we're going to just sit here and hopefully we can get some saplings. And as you can see, we actually completed the very first part of integrated dynamics by breaking this tree. And there's still some mineral leaves here. We're just going to break those. So we have 4 mineral trees that we're going to be able to go back home and plant, which is great. Huge find. That makes the RTP worth it entirely on its own. So now we're just going to run to that other roof. And the only other thing we might be looking for as we're going around would probably be, there's the roof up there. Would probably just be like one of those, chunks of stone that could potentially have diamond out on the surface. This looks like a very big structure. And I think this might be a dungeon structure that goes really far down. I'm going to go up just to see what's up, but I'm pretty sure this is a dungeon, which we are not really equipped to do. We could take a crack at it in this episode and then just kind of flag it on our map and then try it later. I'm stuck. Sorry, I was stuck for a second, but I'm back. So what these dungeons are is they randomly spawn, just like everything else in Minecraft. There's some door. This is probably just the door in from the front door. This is just a random door to nowhere. It's going to be dark, so we are going to hold a torch. So these dungeons can randomly spawn. There's a ton of loot in them. The problem is that I am not really equipped to deal with it because I have no shield. I have a leather chest. The only thing that we can hope for is that we do the first floor and there's some loot that we actually can. We need chest plate and boots still to even get to the next level difficulty of like better loot. As you can see, we're going quite far down. And eventually we'll get to a floor which will give us multiple ways to go and lots of monsters and to destroy. And oh my gosh, I've never actually seen one go this far down. Maybe it's because it was on such a high Y value that we started. Here we go. So you see the mob farmer, the mob spawners are both ways. We'll go this way first. So you break out your way out. There's a bed. Okay, so far very innocent. There's some loot there we can use. Curse of breaking. Doesn't sound like very good, but we just want to keep the armor because it would be nice to have an option. There's smooth stones. Looking for... The Paxil's very strong early game. The problem is we have no armor on ourselves right now. We're looking for spawners, and we're looking for chests. I'm going to try to loot as quick as I can here. It's funny because as I pick things up, we'll be clearing like a lot of quests will probably be happening. Because it'll be like our first time holding certain things. I see an enemy down there. It's an iron shovel. Oh, didn't think he came around the corner that quick. Let's break this. Eat some pants. Ooh. And poison. Don't like that. The worst is how much times these guys have poison on their stuff. It's like very crazy. Bunny hoppers are really nice. I don't know how smart it is for me to be doing this in a dungeon, but I don't know what happens if you get hit while you're doing one. Is that not? Go. It's three. It's pretty good. Pretty good levels on that. I don't think we need anything else here. We'll take the iron shovel just to have it again. The bunny hoppers can go on a foot slot or the curio spot. And it gives us like basic super bounce. I can maybe use the TNT to kind of like maybe bait some of these enemies. Some water. Makes it annoying to navigate here, but I do want to destroy that spawner. Oh no. The water's to his advantage. Okay, another one down. Wool mittens, I think they just help with electricity. I don't think they're really that valuable. Nothing really here that I want. There was that chest that we went by. These bunny slippers are making me jump a little too much. Some more iron. Another shovel. A ring. On projectile hit. Heal 4 health. That could be very big. Let's put that in the... It's putting it in the curio spot, but there is a ring slot. I don't really need this stone axe. I don't know what I'm thinking with that. Don't really need the spawner. We've got so many of them back home. Okay. I think that's everything on this side. This episode's getting a lot longer than I expected it to because I didn't plan to... How dark is it for you guys too? Should I be doing this as I go? I was actually shocked at how dark it was in the first episode. It's not that dark for me, but for you guys, it's very dark. Some dripstone. This looks like a shortcut we could take to go down to the next level, but I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch. I'd rather get the loot on the first level where it's pretty easy, and then work our way down the old-fashioned way. Might use up this old dinky sword, although this is a stone sword. The Paxil's obviously stronger. Where's the other way to go? Here. This is where we started. This was the other direction where we saw those spawners. Let's see if we can break them quickly. Because they're easy to kite, I'm going to use the other sword. They have all that armor. You're just going to drop nothing? Oh, this guy dropped some pants. Let's put the pants on, even though they're basically broken. The reason I'm putting things on is because we need boots. If we find common boots, Ender Pearl, then we are done the first stage of that quest. More zombies with clothes on. There's another helmet. Okay, and more pants. If I do this and this, but then they lose their enchant. Helmet. Protection 2, poisoning 2. So this is another way to get enchants, technically. You can see why killing mobs... Oh, they're mad at each other. That's probably good. I'm just waiting around the corner. Oh, ouch. Ouch. Okay. A little scary. Got a lot of stuff on them. Keepers. Stone pickaxe with some curse on it. Oops. Some dinky chainmail. We really need those boots so we can finish that quest path. I'm just quickly looking to see if there's any fire damage, if we ever had a socket to put that in. Let's go break this. Ooh, I dodged all of his junk. It's a 5 attack damage sword. It's not as much as our sword. Some more coal, some more torches I will take just to help light up forever you guys. Some dinky pickaxes, some chainmail gloves that increase my. Those go here, I believe, and they increase my attack damage a little bit, so I will wear them. Some more chainmail gloves. There's a shield, but it doesn't really do anything. Clock. More torches. Okay. Oh, hello. I don't know what that. I was like wondering what that was. So what you want to do is you always want to find the next step down. So this is technically if we beat the level then there. Let's clear these out. You see why the Paxel is really nice? Not having to like swap around is very good. But as you can see, our Paxel is taking the brunt of the damage. That's why I really want to get mending on a Paxel. More of that. A golden egg is nice. We're going to have to start cleaning up some of this junk. I like keeping iron shovels. Do I? I don't really. We have unlimited iron back at home. I was going to say we could salvage it later, but why? we just piped in like automatic iron like forever. We're going to be good for iron. 5 armor chest. It's worse than mine. You know, mine has like a curse on it. Bricks. Nothing else there we need. We'll go down this way, down here. Oh my god, it keeps going. No, this is where we started, right? So we can head down to the next level. So again, you end up in a room. It's kind of, oh geez, it's supposed to be a safe room. Look at down there. We could technically skip. We could technically go down there and skip quite a few of these floors. Again, we really want boots. Hello, phantom membranes. Yes, please. Some meat. Sure. Let's go break this quickly. Oh, they have poison. Do they have poison or spider? No. Poison mobs are the worst, as you can see. One little hit on you and they dummy you. That's good. Pickaxe heater. 6 attack damage reactive. I don't know what that is. It is an iron sword. Our sword is breaking. We're just gonna get rid of our sword. Some more TNT if I do need to be creative here. What is this? I've never actually seen this one. How does it go? Like this? Smelts any mine block, if possible, consuming 1 charge from a buffer with a capacity of 25 units. Smelts any mine block. Interesting. Hmm. You wouldn't really want that because then you would be losing out on your ore duplication. We could already go to the next level, but we didn't really loot much from this floor. Oh my god. I gotta run. I gotta hide here. Oh god, I'm gonna die. This is it. Yep. Shoot. Alright, well, we can usually get back to get our stuff by just typing back. But, we're definitely, oh my god, we're definitely outclassed here. We're definitely seeing the difficulty that this can get real quick. We're only on level 2. Mind you, we have really no armor. Oh my god, I'm so slowed that my field of view is so zoomed in. Someone frostbit the crap out of me. I'm just surprised we haven't found any boots. I could get a golden helmet achievement. It's funny. Oh, there's boots. That should be... No. Are those not common boots? I guess they don't count. My gosh. There's so many that spawn here. Ah! The poison is insane. My ring doesn't even help me. My ring's supposed to be healing me as I get hit. Oh my god. How long does this poison last? Another 15 seconds. Non-lethal damage, so as long as I stand here, I should be fine, technically, but... Dear goodness. Our armor's really bad. Projectile damage is reduced by 15%, and I have that ring that's supposed to be healing me when I get hit by projectiles. And I'm still getting... I didn't even see any the problem is I don't even see any spawners in that room. Okay, I'm dead. Yep. tried to hide around the corner. We'll probably just take our stuff and leave. Let's just go home with our tail between our legs. I don't even think we really got any loot of that, if anything. The good thing is we did get this mineral, and we will plant it here, back home, because we will need that. Oh my goodness. How much... While we were gone, though, we did get some iron from our farm, which is nice. But oh my god, I got my butt kicked, did I not? Holy. My chainmail gloves fall out of the slot, which is funny. I'm going to use up here. I can't because it's pinned, but I thought sophisticated storage could open anyway, but I guess not. For things that I want to break down for materials. So I can actually break these down for materials once I get a salvager. We do have some garbage. Don't really need any of this junk. Cold damage, but yeah. Get rid of this stuff. Oh, 7.5 XP isn't really worth it. Get rid of that too. Take all this. Let's get rid of the stuff we don't need. Curse of Bones, no thank you. Fine Silk, sure. So I don't necessarily know what it's for. 2.5 cold damage is a bit better. It's a little bit more damage early game. Don't really need much of this stuff. Do that. Let's take this. Let's bring in automatically this stuff. Anything that's already in any of those. Building block here. Important stuff. Or at least somewhat valuable stuff. Here. Are those bunny hoppers that oh yeah, when you die, your curio slot goes back in your inventory, which is always kind of annoying. I'm still surprised that those boots don't count as common boots. But I guess it's because they're technically enchanted Minecraft boots, not common boots. And we just have some other stuff to put in our miscellaneous drawer. And I'm not really doing anything with these spawners right now. If I need them, I can get them later. Not doing anything with the arrows. The frozen bones can go there. Perfect. Well, kind of a fail, but also a productive episode. We did get some of the stuff done that we need to get done. And if we looked at our clipboard before the end of this episode and just took a peek at it, we kind of got power. We kind of got storage. We got through a lot of Chapter 1 that we wanted to. Now, the next step could be storage terminal. So we got that, but we don't have a storage terminal. We have power, but we don't really have automated power, question mark. We have ore duplication with a hammer, but do we have automated duplication? In Chapter 1, we still have diamond, netherite, and bosses, really, left in Chapter 1. But all in all, not a bad episode, if I do say so myself. So, if you had fun, subscribe, like, leave a comment. Could have probably asked you to do this an hour ago, because this episode's so long. And if you have any suggestions on mod packs you want me to focus on, things you want me to do in our build, or anything like that, please leave a comment. I'll respond to every comment that I see. And yeah, thanks, guys. Cheers.